I slept. I made sure that I found a way through a cloud of haze. Every day I wept, found how to live through all them cloudy days. You know the mind's a maze with all its mixtures. It's always hard to get the entire scope of the picture. 1080p, that's you other busters, yeah, obsolete. Can't fuck with me, excuse my French, but I'm not discreet. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I've learned my lesson. I learned 1996 birth, one of the greatest weapons untold. I'm destined to reach heights thought I could never see, but foolish thoughts rampage my heart and let me not reach the peaks that's entrusted to me. My belief shatter off past actions. I grieve, but grievance never really matter. It's how I choose to act differently in the coming battles to overcome my limitations and get out my shadow. But it's hard to wade in this water where it was never shallow. Fuck it, let me get the paddles. Fuck that now, let me get this castle. Fuck that now, let me get this battle.
We live, y'all. Go ahead, Rob. Sit down. First movie. The first movie. The very best that no one ever was. They probably already got the second movie ready to go. 2 years? Nah, I better. Oh man.
Get off my purse.
Akaza. Oh, the Upper Moon one. Taryn, go sit back down, please, please. Go sit back down, please.
take this. I'm
Bye.
not.
With the crows and like talking to themselves, like, no, like my family sacrificed. I got to get this shit done. And they was like, no crying, focus. It's like, yo, like you.
Hold on. Yo, give me 1 second. Something ain't right here.
You okay?
Ain't right here. I could have sworn we had audio, but we did not have audio.
Oh, run it back!
Run it back!
Run it back from the beginning, Rob.
Come on, Rob, get that script.
Run it back. You back on?
Rob, like you've got to be kidding me.
The audio is bouncing up, so I was like, "Oh, okay. I think we're good."
What's good? It's Squad Nero back up in this thing. Episode 80 to keep it short. It's your boy Sage. We got T Smooth. We got Croco's Corner. We got Nasty Nino. Back up in this mug to bring y'all another great episode of great content. We got a couple different topics that we have to go over, but before we do, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit that noti bell for any other videos that we have coming up. It might be manga reviews, it might be gameplay streams where we play Marvel Rivals or Borderlands 4, which is one of the topics that we have today in our overall reviews of it. But make sure you stay tapped in with us and be on the lookout for more content coming forward. All right, so we might as well start with anime. Title of the episode is Doing It All. Obviously, you can get the reference, but we're going to leave that for a little bit later on in the podcast. Let's talk about this Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie that has just dropped this past weekend. How y'all feeling about it?
First again. I'll give the movie a 10 out of 10. I enjoyed the fight scenes a lot. I enjoyed like how heavy they felt. Especially running through the castle, like reading the manga and seeing in earlier episodes, you're like, okay, Infinity Castle is really like no joke because you.
Now we lost. Come on, son. Wait.
Hold up, he back.
He back.
But then seeing the fear in people's eyes, like, okay, where is Muzan? How do we find him? Seeing Tamayo getting eaten by Muzan, seeing the other girl getting eaten by Upper Moon 2. And it's like, okay, like there's really like some significant loss here. And then them mapping out the Infinity Castle with the crows was a smart move. I mean, it was great in showing how like we have to make sure like today is the day that we end Muzan. We have to find him in here. And then it shows, to me, the most dangerous demon is the one that's in charge of the Infinity Castle. Because I'm like, bruh, at any moment, she could have split up Tanjiro and Giyu, had Tanjiro fight Upper Moon 2, had Giyu fight Upper Moon 1 by themselves and do all that other shit. But it was so many demons and stuff in there. But overall, I think, visually, it was incredible. And I thought the pacing was pretty good. So yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I had the same sentiments. The only thing that I personally don't know how I feel about was the fact that I just thought that there would be more fights that would happen, but that does not feel like a large enough reason to knock the score for this movie down at all. It was we already knew that the way they was going to go with the visuals was going to be on point, and they did not disappoint at all. One of my favorite parts of it was I thought that I ain't gonna lie to y'all, like this literally impressed me. It was like beyond just liking it. I was genuinely like impressed by it. Is when they had Tanjiro go into the invisible space. Can I say like things that happen in the movie?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So when he went into the invisible space, something that like blew my mind was when they show him in it, he was locked in, and they did a good job visually showing him locked in. But when they went to Upper Moon 3 and they show his perspective of what it felt like with Tanjiro, dog, they literally made somebody who you look at throughout the whole series as a hero. He literally looked terrifying in that moment, and they didn't nothing about Tanjiro's appearance at all changed. It's just simply how they made the visuals. They made like his the effects around his eyes and everything. The way they made it, I literally was like, "Yo, he felt like Michael Myers," and I'm like, I don't have no reason to feel what Upper Moon 3 feel in this moment, and I completely could. I was like, nah, yeah, I would be terrified of this dude right now, and nothing changed about him. So it's little things like that that happen all throughout the movie. In the very beginning, I don't know how much time and how many people were behind animating the castle, but like the mechanics of everything in the castle as they was falling, I'm like, yo, they put in, like, we knew they was gonna put in work, but to put in this level of work in detail was absolutely insane. Again, and see, Sage, this is what I'm talking about. I don't have to love everything, but still have a great appreciation of a movie, because I genuinely did not like that we didn't get through more fights. I know that the next movie is supposed to be longer, and I'm kind of, I just wish that we could have got a little bit more out in this one, so that way the next one could have a little bit more breath to it like this one did. And I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case because we got to get through so much. But again, regardless of that, if they have the same energy and bring the same energy that they did in this one to the next one, I don't have any reason to believe that it won't be great. Yeah, I give this one a 10 out of 10. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. I honestly do think, even after watching this, that some parts of Demon Slayer is really corny. But it just, like, none of it matters to me. None of it matters. It was done so well. The parts that they needed to show, they did really well. The showing people's powers, showing like just little details and little things that could make that moment feel that much more either important or that much more impactful. Things like that were happen so much throughout the entire movie that it's all right. Even if it is things I don't love, it's all right.
Yo, real quick, Niall, the one time that we seen Niall, I mean, not Niall's eyes, Tanjiro looked like that was when he was fighting Maki. It wasn't he wasn't in the invisible, the unseen realm or had like no fighting spirit. But when his eyes was locked on her, that it was kind of like a throwback to that shit when they were fighting on that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It was like it just the way that they I know exactly what you're talking about though. The way that they just like it's levels. That's what I love about Demon Slayers. When it comes to like the visual side of things, it's like they really tell everybody else is levels to this. Like we are levels. We are the top echelon when it comes to getting this done in a way that just nobody else is really bringing to the table. It is amazing. Who next?
That's Zainsu.
I said I give it 10 out of 10 too.
You see, I had to pull the mic off the stand. See how y'all could really hear me. This movie was straight up a 10 out of 10. I went to see this in IMAX. That first fight put tears in my eyes. I knew what was gonna happen, but it put tears in my eyes. You see the emotion. You see the emotion.
He got the wig.
But when we get to my guys in that suit, what?
Broke the mic.
What?
Say
something again.
Say
something again. This man had a Nappa moment, a Vegeta moment. What? It's over 9,000. You see this man free falling. You thought it was over. You thought it was over. Wait, you can't hear me.
That.
What?
I can hear you now.
We
like,
can.
When you threw your wig off, we couldn't hear nothing you were saying.
You can't hear me?
We can now.
You can now? Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all something.
He gotta tone it down and he don't want to.
I gotta tell y'all something. This man said, I knew there was 6 techniques to thunder breathing. You only knew 1. I knew 2 through 6. What is you doing? My man said, hold up. Granddaddy said, and I mean Granddaddy said, we were going to be co-successors, but you went evil. You're a disgrace to him. But I knew something. I was going to show you something. I'm showing my ace in the hole. 7th form, thunder breathing. Thunder, fire, dragon slash. My man looking over, he's like, what? What'd you say?
He said, excuse me.
Wait, what?
Yo, that shit pissed me off so bad.
Hold up. My man said, wait, hold up. What was it you said? I thought it was just 6. I knew you knew the first one. The first one was basic, but you shit.
Then he doubled down. He doubled down on a hater.
You know what I'm saying?
Say, oh
You know
yeah,
what
of
I'm
course, Grandpa loved you more. Of course, he taught you another one. Nah.
That nigga really leaned over and said, "The fuck?" I'm like, you watching the nigga charge up?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then the Akaza fight, son. You see, he didn't. This man was trying, like, he was trying to do everything to take care of his father. It put me in my feels. Like, he literally tried to do everything he can, even though it wasn't in the right way of what his father wanted, but he was trying to do it in secret to be able to feed his father while he was sick. Then his father passes away, and he ends up fighting the guys that kind of made him think that it led to that. I get it. But then you had Channing Tatum come out and take care of the man? Did y'all know that was him?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
He was the dad.
So were you.
Yeah.
So are you.
Yeah.
So he came out and he's like, yo, come to my dojo, take care of my daughter. I got you.
Oh, the English version.
Yeah. He was like, I beat the criminal out of you. So you come with me. This man was with him for 3 years. He felt like he had another family. Shorty said, please, will you marry me? She asked him, I see you as a suitor. I see you as a husband. Homeboy, her dad took him in as his own son. And all that, he had what he wanted. And even living up to what his dad said, please live a life of an upstanding citizen. He had everything that he wanted. But you have haters over in another dojo come and poison his home. Take the dad out because he drank the poison. And they come in there and take the daughter who he was about to marry. And this man took them 67 people. Muzan didn't even get to him yet. 67 people. And when Muzan finally got to him, you can see like he was battered, beaten, and everything was taken away from him. It's kind of like, it's kind of like the story of Job in a sense, but it went further than what it should because he let the demon draw him in, saying, I understand they took your people away, but I'm gonna take your memories and just have you stick on this one thing that you want power. But then you have Tanjiro telling him, hey, you don't need to do this and everything. All his memories is coming back. Everything that he loved, everything that he enjoyed, every person came back to him telling him it's okay. It's okay. And then he reached that point where he's like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to live this life no more. But I want to do right. So I'm going to just take my own self out. That's how it was crazy how it showed how strong Akaza was because he had to take his own self out in that moment. So for them to really show that in animation, to show the emotion and strife that he went through when he saw his love, when he saw his two father figures in that moment, all those memories, which showed that he did not need to go down the path of being a demon. They said it was okay. And he was able to just give it up and be done. Honestly, I kind of felt that was kind of talking no jutsu since Tanjiro had to get the memories to come back. But in that moment, it was like, you see that like he finally sees that the error of his ways and that he's done doing this thing. for them to show that in that emotion within the last 35 minutes of this movie, applause, applause, applause. Because Akaza, in the end, he didn't want to be a demon. It was just that fact in that moment, in his weakness, he just like succumbed to what Muzan had for him and said, "You don't care about your memories. You don't need them. But I'm gonna give you what you've been saying you want is power." But in the end, that's not really what he wanted. He just wanted to be able to be with his future wife and his dad and take over that dojo. That's all what he truly wanted. But when he was taken out in that situation, and like you could see that he was like torn. He didn't have no one else, and it's crazy. But I'm glad they showed that he had like show how strong he was, that he can like he had to take his own self out. But in the end, it was like he didn't want to do it no more. Everybody came back to him saying, "You lived a upstanding life. You did what I wanted you to dream." So Ryu coming back. You handled what you needed to handle, and I thank you for all that you've done, taking care of my daughter. And then his girl coming out, "Hey, you don't have to do this no more. Come back with me, be with me forever." And in the end, he knew he couldn't be with them, but he still like gave it up. I ain't gonna lie, that was emotional.
If Upper Moon 3, no offense to 2, but Upper Moon 3, 1, and Muzan just locked in,
It's over.
they would have lost. They would have lost.
Yeah, badly.
I didn't even realize how like that's where I like animation sometimes, because like you could read something, but sometimes it's just not giving you all of the details to fully understand, even though it's just maybe you reading through it too fast, which I'm a victim of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did not realize how demon mode Upper Moon 3 was, and I'm very happy that this movie kind of like set me straight in that regard.
So
Cause like, bruh,
now one thing though, if y'all notice with Akaza, his hair is the same color as Shorty's like kimono or something. The back of his shirt had her name in kanji and it was flipped upside down. And apparently, I read this somewhere. If it means that you lost somebody near and dear to you, so that was Homegirl's name in the back. And what was the other one? It was his hair symbol on the back, and it was something else, and it'll come to me, and I'll let y'all know. Something I came across.
I noticed that his stealing tattoos moved up his arm.
No,
I don't know whether that was something.
No. Also, the his compass is the same as the her hairpins, the snowflakes. When he stepped down, you see that snowflake for his strength compass that he used to feel the fighting presence of his opponents. No.
Yes.
That symbol is the same as his girl's hairpins, the snowflakes.
Her hairpins.
Yes, that was the third thing.
What was her eyes were flowers?
Yeah, her eyes were flowers too.
Did we see her eyes at all in any other techniques?
No,
Yes?
the colors of the eyes was his hair.
Got you. Okay.
That pink.
Yeah, nah, I love the fact that they had subtle detail. Like that's why I was. We had this conversation, I think, when O was here before, and it's like I don't like people that do have criticism for Demon Slayer. I really do understand it for the most part. Like it is a lot of things about it that's kind of just like, all right, like when you really sit back and don't allow yourself to be like captivated by everything that's being shown to you, there's some things that could have been a little bit more polished and done better. But they it's like the things that they did want to do really well in, they do such a good job at it that it's like you could just kind of like, at least for me, I could just kind of let a lot of it go because I'm like, wow, you really paid attention to detail there. Wow, you really made sure that element kind of came through in the story. Wow, you really made that fight scene seem like something more spectacular than I could have even imagined. Like they just do so many different things that's so incredible within the areas that I guess they had the most confidence in, that it makes it hard for me. Like, I don't know, it just make it hard for me not to be able to appreciate it at the end of the day. And this movie was another example of that. And I'm sure that it's going to be the case for the next two as well. Yeah, it was great. Rob, I
was
want
gonna
to
say, low-key,
really quickly too.
Go ahead.
No, you go. I'm sorry, D.
No, I was gonna say that the Akaza shit really was like probably like the saddest story. I mean, Kokushibo shit sad too. When you see Akaza's story, it's like, damn, he didn't even get asked, "Do you want to be a demon?" It's like, because in the manga, you see it and you see Muzan's finger in his head, and as he's like, "Yo, get out of my way, you gonna die." Muzan's like, "I ain't even send nobody over here." And next thing you see is just like he being turned to a demon. It's like, damn, what kind of story would he have had if he was able to, like redeem himself after the dojo shit, or if he had gone and started another life? And it's like he just
We lost D.
Yeah, it froze.
All right. Yep.
my shit, y'all.
Yeah.
Nah,
No,
you
you good.
good.
Go ahead.
I was just saying it was crazy just seeing how like he didn't have a choice into becoming like that monster, and it was like at the end, like it's cool to see like, okay, now I get to take my life back, but he just knew he couldn't join the people that he loved really when he was a human.
It's like he was cursed. It's like from the beginning. Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. Like the sentiments that both of y'all have expressed in regards to Akaza, I definitely feel y'all, because it's like one thing throughout the entire movie, or excuse me, towards the end when they kind of did the backstory with him, he cursed in a very regular way. Like the way, like everything that he went through before, obviously the turning into a demon. But everything that happened before that is like, this is really things that like people have crashed out to, like maybe in a different way today. But and back in the day, I'm sure that his not necessarily exact, but a lot of similarities to his story really happened for somebody in like the Edo period Japan. And it's like that's the part that like was like really hit heavy, is like, dang, yo, he was cursed, but this isn't like you can't even just look at the affliction that he's given by Muzan as being the only way that he was cursed in his life. Here it is, he trying to do everything right and everything just always go bad, no matter how much he tried to actually do the right thing. And again, to whoever said it, he may not have had the best way of going about it, but his actions the entire time were in the sake of somebody else, were in the sake of kindness. And when he had moments where he could be genuinely kind and show his more soft-hearted nature, he looked perfectly fine. It's just the circumstances that he was in, that's what cursed him. It was wild.
Is it me?
That's good. Yeah.
I don't know what was worse. So were you beating the crap out of Akaza in that moment, or Gojo going crazy on that black dude in Jujutsu Kaisen 0? Because nah, son, because he beat nah. Because Soryu beat a child senseless. That man hit him with a 28-piece combo, left him lumped up. At least the black dude wasn't lumped up in the Jujutsu Kaisen.
But that was.
He had bruises on his chest too. You don't usually see that. Yo.
Yeah, they was on some different times back then, because man, he was like, I'm about to what did he say too? He said, I'm about to
beat the criminal out of you.
Reborn.
He said, I'm gonna beat the criminal out of you.
I'm like, bro, like he wasn't lying, and he did all of this with a smile on his face. And I was just like, come back into my dojo. I need a guy anyway.
In fact. What do you mean come back to the dojo? You just put the dojo on.
Man, so all I need you to do, you can train with me, just take care of my daughter. And it was like, you see his development with the daughter. Like, even though he still had that attitude, he still took care of her, and then started to have that same sentiment as his father, because she was sick too, which that kind of like drew him near to her. And I'm like, yo, that the similarities is crazy. And for Soryu being a father and his daughter having this affliction, he still kept a smile on his face. This man said, I'm just going to do odd jobs to be able to buy this medicine for my daughter. I just need you to take care of her. It was crazy. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, it is a good backstory. I do kind of get, and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I really don't want to take any points away from the things that I don't like, because like I'm sitting here and I'm saying I don't like that they didn't conclude more fights. But to be honest with you, that was one of the best storylines that they could have fleshed out.
So which fight are you talking about concluding? Which fight?
Bro, like we could have We could have got that like that. I thought that butterfly, Hashira. I thought that fight would have been concluded in this movie. I thought it just would have progressed a little bit further. But I also haven't read it in a while, so
Yeah,
I
no.
might be
So,
falling victim to that.
well, my thing is this: D, did you read it fully through, right?
Yeah.
So, Rob, you read it fully through, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Spoiler alert.
they don't conclude it by the end of this movie, like where they left off at. It concludes like the maybe a little bit after the start of the next fight. They'll
Who's
go
the
back
next
to it.
one?
Kokushibo.
Yeah, or they might finish Upper Moon 2
Yo,
at the
you
beginning
right.
of the next movie. They might finish the Upper Moon 2 fight at the beginning of the movie, since it's with the shorty that's her apprentice. So they might end that quick. Or I think actually, don't the snake dude and what's her face pop up in there?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
gotta do one. They gotta fight too, right?
No, I think they finished the Upper Moon 2 fight, if I'm correct. I gotta go back and read it.
Right. So
Dang,
they
I
go
thought
back
was
and
yeah, because I keep getting the snake dude and the mist dude mixed up. Because Mist and Guillaume fight Upper Moon 1, Upper Moon 2 with Doma. They do got to come in and help the apprentice girl. I don't know
So
why
what they probably gonna do, what I'm thinking is what they probably gonna do is they gonna use the next movie, start the other two fights, then go back. Which
Wait, who does
might not be
Inosuke
that
fight?
might be
Inosuke fights Upper Moon 2 with the girl because like his breathing, he's immune to like cold and sickness or whatever.
Oh, okay, so he comes in.
But they fight Upper Moon 4. They fight Upper Moon 4.
Wait, the shorty that changes the rooms and
Castle,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Snake Dude and the ribbon girl, they fight her off.
Yo, I like the fact
so
that
they
they
probably
actually
gonna
showing.
introduce it. Yeah.
I like the fact that they
decent.
actually showing them like he cares for her. I like that. I like that because he was so standoffish the whole time, and Shorty's like, I love him.
Yeah, we gotta I might even take that comment back. For real. When the second movie come out, I might take that comment back. I can see it, honestly.
But that's what you're gonna
It's
get
gonna
with
take
the
3
movie broken
fights
up
per
in 3
movie,
parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the last one gonna be all Muzan. They're gonna probably finish off Kokushibo. The next one they're gonna have Muzan, and they're gonna have to switch from Muzan to Nezuko and like the race against the sun. That's gonna be some shit. But the next, I feel like the next movie, didn't we say that in
Yeah, I think we did.
We were saying that the second movie gonna be the one because Kokushibo at the end when he grabbed his sword, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Him and Guillaume is gonna break the internet, bro.
Bruh.
And the Wind Hashira? Come on,
and that's
bro.
3 hours too. Both the last two gonna both be 3 hours, right?
They probably the second one might be 2.5.
Sage, you know.
We gotta wait 4 years for this joint to be done.
I don't know if it might be 4 years.
Probably.
They might come out with the third movie a little bit quicker since they have so much time and they've been working on these joints for quite some time.
We gonna have kids reading manga by the time that shit come out.
Oh, the other thing that Sage I wanted to ask you is you said that the mangaka saw some of the feedback from how people felt about the ending of the manga and is gonna try to flesh out more of it in these next 2 movies.
Yeah.
That's confirmed.
That's what I'm looking up right now.
But like when you say flesh out,
probably just kind of like make the
change
parts
the ending?
just make the part like it wouldn't be that they necessarily change the ending, but they would flesh out more as like at one crucial point to the ending, and what they're hoping for is that in fleshing that part out more, it'll make it more digestible, I guess. Kind of like what Attack on Titan was trying to do, but Attack on Titan ain't deliver.
Or did they not?
So can Demon Slayer attack or do an Attack on Titan? Couldn't it do and flesh that part out enough to where it can change people's minds towards the ending? Which, with the way they hitting with this animation, it might lessen the blow. It might lessen the blow.
I mean, Attack on Titan animation was good too, though.
It was. That's true. I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing about an
was out
ending
when
that's
we
not
was in high
like.
school, though, wasn't it?
They are using it to enhance the source material. Wait, what'd you say?
Attack on Titan was out when we was in high school
Yeah. And it ended like what, 2 years ago?
last year, nigga.
Last year. Dang, that was last year.
So Attack on Titan was out for like 12 years.
Dude, that's how anime be. It's gonna have a decade. They can have 4 seasons and it'll still last a decade.
Oh, I don't want to wait a
It's
decade
crazy.
for the end of this third movie.
Bruh, yeah. No, I think it should be soon. I just think it will be quicker. It won't be as long. I don't think so, at least. Yeah, but I mean, they did what they needed to do with that one. I can't be mad at that film.
Because the first fight with Doma, I ain't really like it in the manga, to be honest. I was like, this is gonna drag out. But then seeing it, I was like, oh, this nigga's actually like very sadistic. To the point where he's just so curious, like, and I felt like he knew, like it shows how intelligent these demons are. Like they was like, oh, so y'all do communicate. But when he heard the click in the sword, it's like, oh, you changing the poison, huh? And then she's like, damn. And she was like stabbing because she can't slice, so she was stabbing him. And then when he started defeating the poison, I was like, all right. But then when he got her and he started eating her, but it wasn't like chewing down, but he absorbed her. I'm like, yeah, the artist was like, they was working overtime for this movie, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he pivoted away when Shorty went to attack, and then he pivoted away and still had her in his arms. I was like, oh. Bruh. They not playing. I'm like, they not playing.
I had to realize, I was like, he's the dude that when Akaza smashed his head off and then he grew it back, like no complaints. So I'm like, all the poison shit, he was really like just taking an interest to it. So this whole time he's like, damn, like I just want to see what you really can do.
Nah, this man had intel right from the get-go. That's the crazy part. He was like, oh, such and such, show me what you can do. Where?
Yeah.
No.
That shit was crazy. Yeah, but Inosuke gonna turn up on that nigga in the second movie though.
Yeah.
All right. So what's y'all overall reviews on it? Overall numbers? Or
we all gave it a 10 out of 10.
I think we all gave it 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. All right, like we said, 70 million domestically. That's a huge benchmark.
Crazy.
Domestic. That's not even international.
That's not even taking account.
Wait, okay, was domestic Japan or domestic us? Taking it domestic is them.
No, domestic is us.
It's United. Okay, so we so spoiled. How are we domestic when it's Japanese?
No, that's just how we look at it because it's our.
We cocky. U.S. is cocky. We said no. It don't matter. The movie is domestic here. Okay.
Yo, 70 million?
70 mil though, bro.
Nah, but if we were Japanese, then their domestic would be Japanese.
How much did they make over in Japan?
I get what you're saying.
Oh, that shit came out last month for them though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure it did numbers.
70 million? They about to put a machete to James Gunn's head and say, nigga, look.
Mind you
need to make one of these.
Bro. Hold on. Timeout too. You could argue animation is just as big.
49?
You could argue.
Yeah,
but they got way less people than we do, right?
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, that's still crazy.
Yeah, 49.4, and by mid-August, it had earned 200 million in Japan.
Yeah, bruh, here's the thing too. When you count like when you look at UMA places, Brazil is huge, France is huge, Germany is huge. It's a bunch of places. You said what?
What is UMA?
Brazil, France, Germany. It must have broke up. Yeah, it must have broke up. What's UNA? Because I don't know what UNA is.
Hold on. Yo, Niall, for a moment when you froze, you remember a couple, like maybe 50, 40 episodes back, we talked about the look that Benedict Cumberbatch made when he goes like this.
You literally did that.
Yeah, it froze
like that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Nah, because when
But
D
no,
asked,
that's
when
the
D
thing.
asked what's UMA, it was like you froze, like you were puzzled by the question.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga.
But,
I'm like, nigga, what?
Nah, but that's the thing. Like, if we did 70, didn't that make me almost wonder what did Brazil get? And there's other South American countries that's also really big in anime. I just know Brazil is the largest because of their voice acting. You usually hear things and see things about it on like Twitter and whatnot. But France is big, Germany is big. So if we like, not saying that we're one of multiple countries that are kind of like heavy hitters, but bruh, this about to be like a Marvel movie. I mean, maybe only the domestic side, but like, or some earn more than like Captain America, Brave New World. This is gonna earn probably more total than that movie did, which is
For
crazy
sure.
for an international film. I mean, for an animated film to pull better than a major studio's live action film. It don't matter
already beat
which
the
one. That's
Marvels.
crazy.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing:
that's wild.
Sony needs to drop Spider-Man and just make more anime movies because remember they have Crunchyroll.
Bank, bro.
Just
Been saying that. I would have
make
sold
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
an anime. Make Spider-Man an anime. Oh my gosh,
Bro,
give it to Mappa. Give it to Mappa.
What Rob said with Sony should sell the rights to Spider-Man and buy Warner Brothers. I thought about that a couple times since we had that conversation. I still think that would be extremely smart. I would buy Warner Brothers and make the whole entire DC animated films top tier. And they already been doing anime films, so it's not even like if you go with like different animation styles, people won't be able to accept it. People have accepted it already for DC.
Here's the thing.
I would take the whole world.
You know Disney can win out this whole situation, right? Remember, they just dropped they're going to be dropping Marvel Token. You see how those characters look in the anime style. Take that, give it to Mappa, give it to some well-known Japanese studio, and let them go crazy.
Oh, it will happen after these Demon Slayer numbers.
Oh my goodness, Marvel will be killing it. Like, do a Tolkien storyline. Bruh, the way Doctor Doom and Storm looking at and Star-Lord? Oh god.
In what?
Marvel Tolkien. The new fighting game, new Marvel fighting game that's coming out. It literally looks like an anime style Marvel game. Like, let me see. I'll give you a quick thing for you, D, so you can see it.
No, you're not lying though, because one of those Street Fighter type games, and Marvel say, okay, we're gonna do something like that with that style.
All right, let me do this so we can all see it, or so D can see it. I know we checked it out one time.
I'm not gonna be shocked if every anime studio or every studio start doing more though, because bro, Demon Slayer about to really change some.
Oh, one of these? Okay.
Yeah, so look at the art style.
Yeah.
And it's not that far off from that Spider-Man that they already did. They could just make it more anime.
You can't
this
tell
shit
me.
is Japanese.
Yeah, because it's made by Japanese studio Arc System. But you could put them in English when you're playing the game. But even still, D, you can't tell me this art style for an anime would be crazy if Marvel let like Mappa run with it or something.
And then if they hire some fire ass voice actors.
Cause look at Star-Lord. He looks dope.
Yeah, they 100% could. I'm not gonna lie to you, T. I'm thinking you might be right or onto something there. A lot of these studios about to be looking at these numbers like, bruh, we gotta get in the mix. I ain't realized anime could do this, or just even American animation. Between you seeing how Into the Spider-Verse.
Look at Doom.
We got I clicked off for some reason. Oh yeah, that nigga with the fur on his cape. Come on, nigga. But we got to be
Look at
careful with
Storm.
American shit now, because they gonna be like, we got an anime for y'all niggas, and we get a Ninja
But
Kaimon
look at Storm
2.0.
though, D.
I think they gotta just link up with them. Like they gotta link up and just be humble and be like, we gonna let y'all take charge, which might happen. Like, bro, they going like that's if one thing a humble though is if it's a way for them to make more money, and
That's
them seeing how these studios is coming, and then like I said on the American side, Sony got an arguable case of like, oh, we can make this different, or we can make this more akin to like an American style because of Into the Spider-Verse. It's not exactly like anime style. It's like its own thing. So bro, I'm telling you, down the line, then watch how Marvel Zombies, Sage, I don't know if that's one of the topics that we had on here, but Marvel Zombies look kind of clean. I'm not gonna lie.
It do.
So it's like I think we starting to usher into that era where it's like, they gonna go, y'all don't like these live action movies? Okay. It's not like that's the only thing we could do with these characters. And it's not. That's what we've been saying. We've been trying to explain that to them. Yo, you can't get the live action down. It's okay. Go to animation. The geeky people will show up.
And
it's enough of
crazy?
us.
Animation, we can do the pencil style animation. But y'all know them Hulk versus Superman videos with that like use Christopher Reeve's likeness and Lou Ferrigno's likeness.
I'm not sure if I'm familiar.
I'm pretty sure y'all seen them joints on YouTube. The last one came out 7 years ago. It's one dude that makes it, but he makes them like they started when we was in high school. That's the crazy part. But I'm like, bro, if they made animation in that style with like like voice actors and it was like 3D shit, bro, telling y'all, I think they could hit the $1 billion mark with that shit, bro, because that animation is fire. When y'all get a chance, I'm gonna send y'all the link. Them fights is crazy, bro.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time. I really do. I feel like that's really all it is. It's just a matter of time before that's gonna be. They gonna pivot enough into that where like, because I think what's gonna happen with the live action movies is they're gonna. I think right now they're just trying to make sure that they kind of stay afloat, because if they disappoint us too much, or just the mass fans that the entire company's backing kind of has behind it, if the whole thing falls off, it'll leave like a sour taste, and that's going to cause them to have massive losses. So I think it's kind of like an appeasement role right now that studios like Marvel and DC have, where they're trying to give us just enough to keep us on our, like, keep us good with them. But I think what they're going to end up doing is they're going to try to look at what has been working well and just kind of keep the flow from that, maybe usher in new things occasionally from that. And if they have something else that they can kind of pivot to take on the load, pause if needed, but they need to take on the load, then I think they will pivot to it. And to me, animation is the right thing to do that with. That seems like the thing that could easily make that process for them as seamless as possible. We'll see. Because, you know, we always come up with some nice idea, and then it's like, dang, they ain't do that yet. They still haven't done that. How come they haven't done that? So only time will really tell, but it's a slam dunk of a thing to do, because everybody who like all of the geeky people that like Marvel, I'm pretty sure at this point 85% of them watch animation of some sort. It'd be very hard for me to see that number being any less. All of these conventions that we go to, all of the examples that we have, like we got what, like 5 convention, it's like somewhere between 3 and 5 conventions, major conventions, just for blurred content. That's just blurred content. It's what, 50 more, 60, probably more than that. I ain't even think, because I know I'm not hitting all of the small markets like the Queen City Comic-Con and things like that. I know I can't hit all of them. I don't know all of them, but like, you know how many Comic-Cons that feature anime? probably
Right.
exist.
Yeah.
No way you can tell me that Marvel and DC saying we're gonna take a more anime approach for a certain saga would piss that many people off.
Ain't wrong.
Sage, what you think?
I think it might be the wave, going forward. Like you were saying, everybody brought up good points. It's just easier. It doesn't cost as much financially. You get people to voice act. You're not paying nearly as much to pay for their likeness or their face or anything like that. And animation is just at the point now where they have some very new and captivating ideas that they could bring to the drawing board and actually facilitate that. So I completely understand where y'all coming from. Anything else for Demon Slayer?
Nope.
I think that was it.
Nah.
All right. Borderlands 4 did drop. If y'all don't know, it is a looter shooter. I can't remember the studio that dropped it, but it just came out over this past week, Thursday, for PC players, Friday for console players. A couple of us have had our hands on the game. So, how y'all feeling about it so far, T? I know you were super excited about this. So,
I'm at level 21, so I'm still locked in.
Jesus. Didn't that shit drop
To
Thursday
show you,
last week?
yes.
I was able to play it on Thursday.
You.
I was able to play it on Thursday because I got it on PC.
Sage, which level you at?
12, I believe.
Yeah, because I'm carrying them in my back pocket.
See, I'm thinking y'all gonna say like 4, level 6. Niggas said
No, that's
21
me.
as well.
That's me. I gotta catch up. I had exactly 2 hours to play this game so far, and an hour of it was me just trying to figure out how to stream. Quick update in regards to that. We still figuring some things out. And whoever watch any videos I put out, you gonna learn real quick that you in the learning journey with me. But I do enjoy the idea of streaming this game. I just gotta figure it out. So it's gonna take me a little bit longer probably because I gotta have the time to figure out the setup and everything and then also play the game. So it's gonna probably take me a little bit more time. But we gonna definitely need to get some type of content up because I'm really enjoying how this looks so far. Yeah, Mr. Level 21, I think you gotta go first.
Yeah, I'm
Who
waiting
gotta
on
go
this nigga.
first? What do you?
Huh? You gotta go first.
Honestly, the game is Borderlands. Like I played Borderlands 1, 2, 3, Tiny Tina's Adventure. I played all the DLC. I've beaten every last one of them. Borderlands is Borderlands to me. The story is fire. If you never play any of them, the way this story starts off, you really don't need to know the storyline for the other three. Well, the other three, because Tiny Tina is like a DLC spinoff game. I'm playing with the Siren. I always play with the Siren. I always start off with her. And once I beat the game, then I work on the other the 3 characters to try and max their levels out. So that's literally it. Like Borderlands is Borderlands to me. I love everything about it. I love the zany wackiness, the crazy side missions that you do. In my opinion, I give this game an 8 out of 10. Like it's solid, even especially with the stuff that they're doing. The only gripe I have is the inventory system because every time you set it to what you want it to stay on, and you come out of it, you got to set it back every time.
That's fair. Sage, Mr. Level 12. This is your first time playing Borderlands, right?
Yeah, first time playing Borderlands. It's cool. I don't know if I'm really a looter shooter type of guy because I can see how it can get old super fast. But it's cool. Like it's my first experience in a game. The comedy isn't too bad. The animation is pretty dope, or the art style that they went with is pretty dope. The weapons as well. And what they could do. Yeah, I think it's a cool game. It's not nothing that really like astonishes me. they
just
knew the
waiting for
formula.
Battlefield
They
6.
they went back to it, and it seems like a lot of the core audience is having fun with this. It seems though some PC players have been having issues with the optimization at launch.
Yep.
So hopefully they're able to actually fix that. Because overall, I think it's like a decent game. It's a decently good game to me.
Well, here's the thing with that optimization. 2K did put a link out where you can set up the settings for the PC optimization depending on which video card you have. So if you scroll down the list, it will show you like the different settings to have your video card. So I have a 7900 XT in my machine, and it says put this to very high, put this to high, and after I did that, restart the game, let it compile the shaders. I'm now getting about 100 frames per second consistently. So when I play, I see everything.
Yeah, I gotta figure my whole thing out. Video 1 was very laggy for me. And on top of that, another thing that I gotta figure out is exactly how I can look at the monitor, because the way I'm looking at the screen right now, how y'all see me looking at the on the camera right now is exactly how I look when I'm playing the game via this side of things. And I'm breaking my neck.
So are you
It's
playing
hard
it
to
on a
see from the
TV right
angle.
now?
Yes, and I hate that, and I have
So
no other option.
actually,
But
there's a way to fix that. It's just do you have a camera that you have the using the camera on the laptop?
the same one that the video card is on, or the
No,
capture card is?
no. What I'm saying is, do you have a webcam, like a separate camera that you plug into?
Oh,
So move the
no.
camera right under like the TV. So when you're looking,
Yes,
right
that's
in
what
front of
I'm.
you.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yes. To
something you'll
answer
just have
you,
to
that's
do.
exactly
Because then when you turn your
what I'm
head,
gonna do.
so when you turn your head, they'll see that you're looking at chat. But when you're playing, you're locked in. So it's like right now, when I'm looking like this, I have the Discord up on the screen, but I have the monitor where my game is on, straight
Right.
ahead. So
Yeah.
if you do that, you turn your head, boom, you're looking at chat. You go back,
Yeah.
you're looking at the game. So when you're looking at me on the screen, you can see that I'm looking straight on at everybody, as we're doing our thing.
Yeah, that's
But I haven't-
exactly that. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I just got to move some things around in order to do it. But yeah, that's going to be the easiest way for me to do it. And then again, with the webcam, there's certain things that I could do to kind of make sure that I put it in frame the way that I want. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna have to do. Because yeah, at first run through, looking like this the whole time, it was like a 45 minutes to an hour. It was real quick. It wasn't even that long because I only did one level. But I had the whole time when I finished, I was like, oh, my back hurt, my neck hurt. Like, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, like does your seat like lean back?
No.
Oh, it don't.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
This is a basic desk chair.
Oh.
I have a very rinky dink setup. Okay.
Yeah,
This ain't my setup is not.
Is the TV like hanging on the wall?
Yes.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to change some things around. But I don't think that it'll be too much of a problem because everything can be moved. That's the one beautiful part about it being more of a kind of portable setup for me around here. But in terms of the game
Or
itself,
you can look at it
I
investing
don't.
into a monitor.
I
play
know.
the
I
game
got to
on
do
that
a
monitor.
lot of different. I got to do a lot of different things here. I know. Believe me. Well, you know I know. But the in terms of the game itself, which is the main topic of the conversation, I guess I understand where somebody like Sage coming into it for the first time would feel the way that he feels. But I think for people who have played Borderlands before, man, it's a lot to like about this game. It is a lot to like about it. Like maybe it's just because like I hated how everything was laid out in 3. It was smooth in terms of playing it, but it wasn't like the way that a lot of the things that he feel about this game is the way I felt about 3. And with this one, just the landscape, the accessibility, the how just like essentially how all of the enemy, because I did it under well, it wouldn't matter anyways, but just how all of the enemy are arranged and how they go. It's not just a typical kind of formation. In 3, you saw that a lot where it was just kind of like, oh, there's a lot of these bots that are very stationary, and that's kind of taken away from how much fun I could actually have doing this. And it felt like so far from what I've seen with 4, I was constantly on the move a lot more than I was in 3. And I really like that. The weapon system is, I haven't gotten far enough to really, I feel like, comment on it. Only because I do know how it goes as you progress and the more things that you do. So with me literally just doing the first intro mission, that's not fair for me to comment on. But I mean,
What level you
again,
on?
2.
Oh.
I had Sunday for a brief, like, an hour, less than an hour to play, and then after that it was back to doing lifing. But even honestly, me having my head like this and kind of seeing everything on a slanted angle, even at that, it was still impressing me in terms of how everything looked, how everything felt. It took me a second to kind of get into the shooting because the angle was like throwing me off, but and then there was one part where I got sick of my neck like this, so I was trying to look at the screen, but because I was having issues that I didn't realize were as bad as they were with the actual capture itself, I was like, all right, that's not really helping me. This is too delayed at this point for me to be able to really fully play the game the way it's supposed to be played. And when I actually did go back to looking at the screen and playing the game how it's supposed to be played, I really loved the fluidity of it all. I thought it was really smooth. And for Borderlands, this is definitely more polished than the last game at the very least. I wouldn't necessarily compare it to the first game, but it definitely was better than those are the only ones that I played. I didn't play what came in between. But yeah, it was definitely polished in my opinion. And it was one of those things where playing the game before, it made me appreciate this version or this new game a lot, even just from that little bit of time.
What would you rate it?
I feel like it's hot. It's like unfair for me to rate it, but if I just go off of playing other games, I think I'm around where T is with an 8. I wish that Borderlands was something that it isn't in a way, and that maybe is where I think if Sage played more Borderland games, this may be where he would stand a little bit with a little bit more emphasis than maybe I do. But it does at times, like Borderland at times feels like it's like it just, you want it to go to the next level and you don't know necessarily what that next level is, but it's still a lot of fun to play.
Okay.
And that's why I think I'm at an 8 out of 10 like T.
Wait, Rob, what did you rate it? A 7?
I'll rate it a 7.5.
Which is solid. Sage, you waiting for Battlefield? I know T said that earlier. I'm curious. What's the next one that's really got you excited?
I'm not the top of my head, really. Battlefield is cool, but they could always mess that up. Nothing really.
Okay.
Is Battlefield like Call of Duty?
Yeah.
It's just a more realistic like war game. Yeah.
I guess it goes for the more realistic crowd of players and everything like that. All right. So that's it for Borderlands. We have Warner Bros. DC News, technically. Warner Bros. Discovery. Obviously, we touched upon this earlier in the year about a deal going on, as they are, I guess, dividing their properties up into 2 factions. One handling the streaming and movies aspect of everything, and another one I'm thinking handling some other stuff, TV channels, that sort, and everything like that. Paramount Skydance is preparing a majority cash bid for the media conglomerate. Other businesses also who have been thrown in the fray are Comcast, Amazon, Netflix, and Sony. I think Apple as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure Apple was in there too. So all of these companies are vying to pay for Warner Bros. Discovery, and in the process, paying for the DC universe as a whole. Are any of these companies specifically coming out to you, knowing their other works, such as Netflix having their works, Amazon having their works and their unique movies, Apple as well? I'm not too familiar if Comcast has done anything, but I'm guessing they're staying in the game somehow, some way. Nonetheless, which conglomerate do you think would serve best, and Sony, I'm sorry, would serve best as acquiring Warner Bros. Discovery?
Sony makes the most sense to me if there has to be an acquisition. But is Sony going to dedicate a lot to DC if they were like I don't like I feel like they would. You know, like I feel like they would. I feel like the logical answer is that Sony would put way more effort towards the DC universe than they have the Spider-Verse that they have had access to.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I can confidently believe that that is 100% the case.
I saw James Gunn say he would be out if Warner Brothers sold DC or some shit. So how would DC even fare if they ain't really have nobody at the helm? Because I don't trust the niggas for real.
Yeah, then it's back to square one.
I mean, look, back to square one. We see all these reboots, but how they've handled these superhero movies, it's like, bruh, like, and they got all of DC, they gonna start pumping out a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, okay. This gonna be kind of like a curveball, but could you see Apple possibly being like, we want to get into animation, we want to get into some other things, having the money, having the resources to possibly, and a lot of the content that's come out of Apple so far has been, you could tell that they put some resources behind it.
What's coming out of
Could you
Apple?
see? Well, they had Severance.
Mm-hmm.
They've had
I
what's
thought you
the
meant
joint
anime.
with the no, just like content period. They had the news joint, Severance. They had the comedy joint that T and I like about the IT firm from the dude from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yep.
What's that
I'm
one
looking at it
called,
right now.
T?
Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest. A lot of the things that they put out have been received well.
Okay.
They did the did they do Ted Lasso?
I don't think they did Ted Lasso, but Apple
They
did
didn't do
too.
Ted Lasso. But a lot of the content that they have dropped has been positively received. Granted, it's been varied content, but I do think that that's a strong sign that if they're having success in various levels, whether it's comedy, whether it's sci-fi, whether it's whatever, the fact that they have been having success makes me feel like, okay, well, if they could do good and varied content, getting a new entity that in and of itself will bring varied content could they possibly do a good job with that? And money wise, could they possibly have enough money to throw at everything that it could be successful? Again, I still think the logical answer is Sony, but I just don't want the DC universe to become the Spider-Verse. That's just my only fear.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I would say Sony. I'm thinking of Apple. I mean, it would be cool if Apple did, because that's a brand new take. We have to see what they would have in store for DC. As far as Sony, it's like, would they go the animation route with DC? But it's too much of a cash cow if you got Batman. And I feel like they got Batman, they'd be like, okay, Matt Reeves, finish up your shit or whatever. But we got a Batman we gonna do over here. And I feel like Sony probably wouldn't have a create. Y'all think they would have a created universe? I mean, of course, a created universe, or would it all be separate? Like they can do a Batman movie, Superman movie, Flash movie, Wonder Woman movie, and just have them joints all be out without having each other in the movie. Because that way they'd be like, yo, we could put out a Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash this year. Next year to be Superman, Aquaman, Green Lantern. Next year, Flash 2, Flash 2, Teen Titans, this and this. Have all them shits be separate because it's like they probably like, yo, this created universe, this shared universe shit really not as easy as people make it seem.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would
Everybody
be
gonna have a solo
smart.
movie. Yeah.
I think it would be smart, but I just feel like, excuse me, I feel like one more. I feel like the pressure from Marvel is the thing. Like that's the thing. Like everybody always see these movies, and then like say this next Avengers movie come out, Billy, then they still gonna be invigorated on the idea of this shared universe thing is a success, and it's just money. Whatever money says, they kind of go with no matter what. Even if most time, like there are times where people take risks, but all of the people that we name or companies or entities that we name that will be vying for this the rights to this IP and these different things, they all establish money magnets, you know, like it's money. They money companies. It's hard to see would they actually take a risk and say, okay, yeah, no, we should do things a little bit differently. We might be taking a risk here, but we could end up getting more long-term success not following the way that the money has been going. It's just hard. It's hard to see one of them doing that.
I think, and I agree with you on that. I think it's also who takes over. Like, if we got Sony and they hire somebody like David Goyer that wrote Blade, that was part of Man of Steel, that had his hand in comics. Or if they hire somebody like, I don't know if I should say Jeff Johns, or like a comic book writer, a movie script writer, a Hollywood director. Like, I feel like it's something like this should be like a three-headed monster. Having one person, because it's like, yo, like you got three different ideas. Somebody be like, yo, like we tripping on this. Like in the comics, that's how we handle it. Okay, but if we write in the script, we can't tie all of this in there. Okay, but in Hollywood, we got a budget for this. Like, I feel like having three different people from three different tiers, a writer, a director, and a comic book writer, I feel like that would be the best course of action to take. Depending, I don't, I'm not at Sony or anything, but having just one person do it, like we already see what type of favoritism and bullshit going on with James Gunn. Like every project his wife and his brother are part of stayed alive. It's like, all right, my nigga, like,
yeah,
what could this universe have been, whatever.
To kind of be optimistic in that light, despite how bad the movies have been from DC, one thing that I really think people gotta lock in on with how huge DC going to another company would be is Warner Brothers has had DCs for like 40 to 50 years. Even you would think that they would have got it together because of how long they had it, which is another reason why it's hard to kind of have sustained faith in them. But the reason why I feel like Warner Brothers has ventured away from necessarily huge comic book writer influence or different things like that, like people and elements that are more related to the comic books themselves in general. It doesn't even just have to be the writers. I think the reason why Warner Brothers does that is because they've had enough experience on their own. Whereas if a new company were to get DC, they don't have that. If it's an Apple, if it's an Amazon, maybe Amazon a little bit more because they've had success with things like The Boys, and Invincible. But in Sony, yeah, you could say the same. The same thing applies to a even stronger level with Sony because they've been doing Spider-Man at the very least for over 20 over 20 years. So, but still it's not 40. It's not 40, 50, 60 years like it's been for Warner Brothers. And that lack of experience could possibly foster in the type of content that we more or less are looking for. A place like Apple, if Apple were to win that bid, right? Who do we go to? Okay, well, we don't know that much about this comic book world space. We just starting to get our feet in this whole entire content, streaming content potential and movie content potential. Who do we go to? You could maybe go and get some previous people that worked with DC and Warner Brothers, but would you want to do that when they were constantly failing? That doesn't work. So who do you go to? It's gotta be the people who's left outside of what was previously used. And so that's going to probably be, okay, well, are there any creative heads over at Marvel that worked really well? Are there any people, and if there's not, or if those people are still with Marvel and still have their allegiances to Marvel, then the next thing up is going to be the comic book creators themselves and people who are maybe ahead of comic book writing. You know, they might even tap in. To give you an example of the extent that I mean, like a lot of us have at this point felt like the idea of us getting a Static Shock movie is like gone, right? But what if Apple is like, we need somebody, and they go and get the creative director or the chief editor for I can't remember what Static Shock was under before DC. It's a specific line of comics. Was that Image?
Image, yeah.
Yeah. So what if they go and get, you know, the person who was with Image before Image and DC merged, or somebody who was a part of that, and said, okay, well, we can make something work from here. Or maybe they go and look at some of the like some of the other more independent series that have come out in their own right, or in a more independent comic book company, and they started to work with them. I mean, I think that could possibly draw in a lot of work that we particularly look for. So basically, the things that we've been complaining about a lot, and not just us, but a lot of people in the nerddom realm in regards to superhero movies, we may actually see a lot of that if a new company a new company that does not have a comic book history has to purchase DC.
And we said it has to be all together, or because I mean, if they could split it in threes, be like, yo, Sony, y'all handle DC games, Amazon, y'all handle movies or something, or TV shows, but it would all have to be
too complex.
Oh yeah, because they would have to be like, well, we using these characters and we using these characters type shit.
We already see how complex it is between Marvel and Sony. We expected to do it.
Yeah, Marvel did that when they were failing, and look at how that turned out. Then they ended up wanting the rights back. Now it's complicated to all end. We can't get a Hulk movie. We can't get a Namor movie. Spider-Man is. I was gonna say something else, but Spider-Man is all around. He travels.
We can't even get a Hulk video game, nigga.
No.
Give DC to Sony, bro, at this point, so we can just get some video games. I don't even give a damn if the movie's good no more. We need a Flash game.
Sony makes the most sense. The video game side of it, the animated side of it, the live action side of it, just again, them having the history there. Sony does make the most sense. But it sucks to say that even with Sony having that history, there's still a very alarming question mark being around. Is this going to just turn out to be, again, the same way that the Spider-Verse is, which is crazy to me, but I don't know. And if they win though, Spider-Man got to go back to Marvel, Sage.
Yeah, they can't have two competing IPs.
Yeah, send them to Sony.
Yeah. I was just about to say that shit, right?
Send them to Sony.
It's not even
$5 for Sony.
It's not even up for debate at that point. If Marvel gets
full control
of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I know I got $5. Send them on to Sony. You imagine though, we get Norman Osborn the way that you want to see Norman Osborn in the MCU, being able to be that big bad.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like, we talking, you want to see Norman Osborn as the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and with a crazy lineup team with the Sentry on it, and you want to see that, and Sage on Asgard and all of that. You want to see that? Send them to Sony. Come on, Sony. DC for $300. What did Boosie say? I don't even know. I'm the one who said we got to calm
DC,
down.
how much y'all think they gonna ask for?
I don't know. To me, I thought that price tag would be stupid. Honestly, like, to me, because if you just told me it was the movies or like a certain entity of it all, to your point, D, like if it was broken up and it was like certain aspects, then I think that number falls a lot lower for me. But like when you talk about game potential, you talk about Harry Potter would be in this.
Merchandise.
You talk about, bro, like you telling me all of these things. I'm like, bruh.
Throw me 50 billion.
Like,
I'm not even joking.
I don't know. It's literally such a large number that I can't even give you. I can't even like think of what number to throw out.
But I mean,
it's
if you
just
factor
large.
in like over the next, let's say the next 25 years, Sony like, look, we got video games, we gonna have theme parks, we gonna have animation, we gonna have movies, we gonna have merchandise, book bags, lunch boxes, pencil cases, we gonna have cosplay niggas come in. Bruh, they gonna, I think Warner Bros. Gonna be like, yo, you gonna make so much bread if y'all get this whole IP or this whole whatever the fuck it's called. I want 50 billion. If y'all can't make 2 billion a year off of everything for the next 25 years, shame on y'all. But I need 50 billion right now. You got Superman and Batman and Harry Potter.
It's reported Paramount Skydance is reported to offer an all-cash offer of 50 billion or more.
Yeah.
Paramount. What
Paramount about to get them?
Paramount Skydance.
Paramount.
I know I know they got South Park. They just gave South Park some money.
Paramount, like, yo, we could. Damn.
Paramount had like Nickelodeon, as to give you an example. Like,
bro,
I don't know.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. It's so many services and companies. I don't care who get them. Just get a nigga Spider-Man back to Marvel. DC at Paramount. I like we said, Sony would be the best bet because of the animation of video games, bro.
They gonna go too kiddie though. That's why I don't want it with Paramount. It's gonna be kitty.
Star Trek, Terminator, and Top Gun.
Nah, I'll fuck with Paramount.
They also got Nickelodeon, bro. Like they
did Top Gun Maverick, bro. It was not that. It was
that was a good movie. That was not a kiddie movie. That was a good movie. Terminator is not a kiddie movie.
Exactly, bro. Terminator 2, nigga.
Star Trek, Top Gun, Mission Impossible, Transformers.
Mission Impossible.
Jack Ryan Reacher series.
Rod just made a hell of a case.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. That would be a huge boost for Paramount. Like if I see why Paramount gave that money up, because it's like they can use something like the DC properties that Warner Brothers will be giving off and Harry Potter and all of that. They can use that. That will put them up there with like they already are, not to knock them, but in terms of content, one of the things I remember when Paramount launched Paramount Plus, one of the things that was a huge complaint was what content is Paramount going to actually have on their streaming platform, because not everybody ain't trying to watch SpongeBob SquarePants all day. And Paramount did a really good job of combating that. They introduced a lot of new series that a decent amount of them have been very well received. They introduced like crime shows and different things like that. Super smart. They took a lot of the things that we kind of forget about from the cable era, and they meshed all of that into their service, and they gave something that people are willing to have a subscription with. And they doubled down with it by making sure that they were like one of the top dogs, which was going to be the case anyways, but one of the top dogs for football. So I give them a lot of credit and respect, but the fact that they got this far with what they had to work with and they thought outside of the box and did a really good job with that, you got a perfect opportunity now to just kind of leapfrog yourself into the next tier, the next like the upper echelon in regards to not only streaming, but film, everything. So I completely get Paramount wanting to throw a bid in here. Honestly, I could see Paramount getting it too. Then they just had this merger. So the merger going with the people, the new heads and everybody that's going to come from the Skydance side, they about to be like, okay, we need some fresh stuff here. We need something fresh going here. We're willing to throw whatever money we need to it. Yeah. Don't be shocked. I won't be shocked.
They got $50 billion from?
Bro, they got bank. They just gave South Park money. It's like, how do you have this much money?
How much exactly? I'm trying to understand. How much would y'all? Well, we got to figure out. Do they own?
If they did that, their stocks went up just announcing that they were going to be aggressive in the bidding. They probably got millions, if not billions of dollars just off a day in trading. People buying
Who
their
would
stuff.
who would what would y'all pay if y'all was one of these companies? Y'all think 50 billion is too much?
I don't think it
No,
is.
it's probably be just enough. Paying for a
Yeah.
Nah,
lot of
you
you paying
gotta
for
if
a
you
lot of
racking in
stuff.
like Superman, like if they be like, okay, we gonna
No,
plan this
I'm
in
saying I
2
agree.
years.
I may have worded it wrong. No, I agree. I think 50 billion is about accurate. Honestly, if somebody gave a higher bid, I wouldn't be surprised.
Nigga, Harry Potter and DC?
Marvel
Nah.
is to the point where even if the movie is ass that they release, the sales that they get from toys alone probably makes up almost all of the budget, if not all of it.
That's why they keep
So
making them
once
shit.
they get DC, they can double down on the animation. They could double down on the live action. They could double down on the toys. They could double down on any extra the
Wait, are they in
games.
the bid too? No
Who?
chance they in the bid.
Who?
Who?
Marvel.
No, they can't be.
Yeah, I was
No.
about to say, because that's state laws or federal laws say that's a monopoly. They can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you saying if Paramount were to do that, how they could,
Paramount were
how,
to, if
or any one
Apple
of these
was to,
companies?
Apple was a good
Yeah.
because Apple had a couple of, especially the Godzilla series, I think that they made or whatever movie. I
Okay.
believe it was a series. They had some good like production around their shows. That's the only show that I remember watching off of Apple
Well,
Plus.
and the other thing with Apple is Apple just got done constructing this massive, if I'm pretty, maybe it was Amazon. I might be wrong about this, and if somebody knows, please correct me. But I believe it was Apple who just got done creating like this massive land studio. Like they got this massive, you can come here and create content. To be honest, that's how they've been making a lot of that money for them to even have a consideration for this bid. I think a lot of that money came from them renting this space out for different movies and such. They'll rent this space out and people are able to come in and they can make a lot of money just from the land, but they haven't had really the opportunity to use that land in that area, production area, for themselves. So one of the things that does kind of rock, again, if I'm not confused with Amazon and this is in fact Apple, one of the things that will rock about Apple is Apple has its own area that they can morph whatever way they want for the movies that we could potentially get. So like again, you think about superhero movies, like you know how people got to go to like Ireland or they got to go to Quebec or someplace in Canada or they got to go to some different country. No, with this from my understanding at least, with this area that Apple has, they'll be able to do everything in their own backyard, and they can they can morph it whatever way they want without any restriction. So not only does that speed up the idea of you being able to get content, but it can potentially morph the content that you would get anyways, landscape wise, etc., from within your superhero movies and such. So I really don't hate Apple. I really don't hate Apple. I can see Paramount just because Paramount really could use it. I think Sony is the best bet. And Amazon is kind of in that realm where Sony is just because they've gotten their experience, they've gotten some experience with comic and superhero based content. I don't know. Who do y'all think it will ultimately go to? Like, if you just had to say, yeah, I know we can discuss this out till we blue in the face, but I'm pretty confident it'll go here. Who do you think that would be?
Paramount.
Apple probably. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, I was saying Paramount only because if Warner Bros. Looks at how maybe Warner Bros. Wouldn't even give a fuck, but if DC is like, yo, like we see how y'all have Marvel looking with these bum ass movies, like we finna go somewhere where it's some niggas in charge that most likely know what they're doing, and I feel like Sony is not the place. So I'd probably say it's gonna be Paramount or Apple.
I get that. I don't even know if I would disagree with that. Don't sleep on Amazon. That like I honestly feel like something in my gut is telling me don't sleep on Amazon, but I do kind of line up with you with Paramount and Apple being the likely lander of DC and etc. Sage, you said Apple.
If it gets into a battle of truly how much money a nigga got, Apple has 3.47 trillion as its market cap as of September 2025. Amazon is 2.23 trillion.
What the fuck?
Who just bought? I ain't buy an iPhone in 2 years.
Yo, fuck the movies. It's homeless. It's people hungry out here. You said trillion?
Trillion.
These
Really?
niggas out here.
What is people? What did Apple do? like I'm not even trying to be. I ain't trying to discredit them. I know they big dog, but like, did they make a chip that everybody is using? Like they got a microchip or something?
Hey, bro.
3 trillion.
They had a stranglehold on the industry for quite some time, but now
people are poor. People are poor right now. Who is buying 1,200?
And these niggas like, should I buy Batman and Superman, or should I help out this town in Detroit where the kids got to eat free lunch because they ain't got shit at home?
Batman and
I'm
Superman.
gonna go buy Batman and Superman. God,
bro,
yo,
I know they make money, but like, fam.
So that 50 billion is like, just take this 50 billion,
change.
nigga, so we can just make this money back.
Yeah, it's literally
next
nothing.
20 years. Oh my God! See, I'm thinking they was. Damn, go ahead, Rob.
Who would have more to build? Apple, which is we're starting to see a shift within the smartphone culture, where a lot of people are like, all right, these iPhones is cool and all, but it's the same shit. Like, I'm actually seeing people enjoying their phones. There's different concepts of phones. They're bringing back the flip phone with the flat screen, all of these things with Samsung, and niggas don't care about that green button shit. So once that loses, that's going to be one of their biggest industries. I don't know what other industries. I'm pretty sure it's probably some other shady shit.
But they still make some. They still like. It's not necessarily the technology that they make that I feel like has got Apple to the point that they're at, more so as it is the uniqueness of the technology that they make. Like that, like to give you an example of what I mean, one of the things that T and I was talking about this a little bit before, but like as an in-between, if I were to just go get an M4 Mac Mini, it would do a lot for me. Like it might not be able to do everything that I want, but it'll do a lot for me. Now let's switch over to PC for a second. We know PC has the more intricate equipment and things, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like it could be broken down from the very bare bones all the way up to something that would supersede anything that Apple has. Yes, it has that flexibility, and it's just people's price points, but to have one thing, like for Apple to be like, I have one chip, one thing that I kind of target, and I tune it so well and make it so unique. That's what ends up getting people. I think that's really what it is. It's like it's the uniqueness of the technology that makes people want to stay committed to Apple. Like they're able to have what's the term for it? You learn this in business. It's is it buyer's confidence or something like that? I can't remember. I think it is buyer's confidence, where it's one of those things where you give me a product, the rival that matches your product with the same level of quality is more expensive than yours, even though yours is expensive. Now I'm grateful for you. They corner that. They do like a good job of cornering that. That's a tangent though. They got $3,000 billion.
This nigga said trillion.
3,000 billion. That's I thought he would say like crazy.
400 billion. I'm like, okay, yeah, that 50 bill, 60 bill gonna make a dent. 3 trillion.
When he said it's more than Amazon, I thought when he was gonna make the point, I was like, yeah, but they not beating out Amazon. But he said they beat out Amazon 3,000 trillion or billion.
That's who do y'all think?
Trillion.
Rob ain't saying nothing.
Jeez. I don't know anymore.
It all depends. It really all depends.
Now I'm with him, Apple.
It all depends. Apple would be a low-key, sneaky hell of a sneaky because then it drives people more to their streaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
The Apple Paramount combo, I think they are okay. I might not know for a fact if it's them, but D, the reason why I think I agree with you with those two, they likely will be very aggressive. That's what I could see. I could see them being very aggressive because they both got a lot to gain.
Yeah.
Amazon too.
Yes,
Amazon like, yo, we got Invincible. You already
That's
see what we do with
true.
animation.
Yeah.
Right. And we already been in the comic book field.
Yeah.
And it's been successful. Unlike Sony, it's been successful.
God damn.
So
it's really
maybe yeah.
Yeah, I think in the next couple of months we're gonna start hearing rumblings of how it's going and everything like that. So we will be on the lookout for that.
Mm-hmm.
We got this last thing, the title of the video. We know we had to bring it back to Marvel at some point. We already talked about it within the podcast, but we actually got a look at Doctor Doom. Supposedly, Marvel had an event out in China, if I'm not mistaken. They showed a light show, which showed, I guess, some Easter eggs and what we should look forward to for this Doctor Doom. It seems like they're taking a super comic book accurate approach, but also doing their own little twist as well. I sent the links in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Pull those up and then get y'all reactions to it, how y'all liking it, if y'all not
The
liking
suit
it.
fire.
Yeah, a lot of people was liking the chainmail link. The
chainmail tough.
Mm-hmm.
Mask as well. It's kind of like somewhat of a fancy. It kind of reminds me like he'd be like from Thor, from Asgard. No cap.
Oh, that's tough.
Is it on the screen?
I kind of like. I'm looking at it on my phone in the Discord.
Oh,
but no, that's it's different. That's what I like about it. It's not really something that you could say you've seen like this seen like just like this in the comic book, which is what I really enjoy. That Chrome, they got that Chrome going. Chrome.
That shit gonna be crazy. And I feel like his suit, like, especially when you see it in the movie, he's supposed to be a master at, obviously in the comics, master at mysticism and science. But his armor is enchanted too, so I'm really wondering what's that even gonna look like once they get
this like when you. Nah, yeah, bruh. This like the. You went from a Honda Civic to Benz. Like the detail on this.
Yeah.
Supposedly they're wrapping up filming this week as well.
He VVS. That's VVS Doom right there.
Yeah, wrapping up filming is wild.
Well, I'm glad. No, I'm really happy that that's the case because we know it's gonna
wild,
be
like that shit was. I'm like, wow, like yeah, that shit was faster than I thought it was.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's gonna be there's definitely gonna be a lot of reshoots.
There's also another one too.
But what's cool is if you finishing up on the film now, and now you can go through the reshoots, and you got a year because they releasing it in December next year, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so you got a year. I feel more confident now. I'm actually glad that that's the case because that makes me more confident.
By the time Super Bowl roll around and we get our first glimpse of Spider-Man in the Comic-Con, then you said
get that? Yeah.
Not 2027 to come out 2026.
26, yeah, but December of 2026, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're gonna have a whole year. They come back. Let's say they do reshoots in fucking January, February, whatever. They still got mad time to Comic-Con. Mad time till the shit come out.
Yeah, that's giving me a lot more confidence. I really do. That's some really good positive news to me. Now, whether they rushed it for the initial one, but it doesn't matter. Even if you did rush it and you got to do a year worth of reshoots, you got the time to do it.
And I see how because they had to keep this shit mainly under wraps because a lot of reports, the actors say they're part of the script but not the whole thing to avoid people like spoiling shit. So with something on this level, they're gonna be like, look, like we know we got Doom, but Tom, we gonna show you your part. Fantastic Four niggas, this is your part because I don't want y'all getting no interviews like the nigga Nightcrawler talking about some, yeah, I hit Pedro Pascal over the head. And they're like, yo, like, nigga, you ain't have to say that at all. But anyway, I feel like a lot of this shit been kept under wraps too. So a lot of these rumors just speculation. Because at first it was Doom was mad at didn't the official synopsis come out too?
I thought I seen.
Yeah, but it's vague. I
It's
know
vague,
what
but
you're talking about.
A lot of them was saying Doom was mad at Steve Rogers, but it's like Doom the one bringing the bullshit to the different worlds. And that synopsis that came out. So it's like
the way that they phrased it, yeah. But that's the thing. It's like it's one of those things where it's like we kind of already knew that was going to be the end result. Are they just making a synopsis around like the end result? That's what it gave me the vibe of, and that how we exactly get there, they didn't really say anything about in that synopsis. It's just kind of like, well, here come Dr. Doom bringing the pain. And it's like, all right, well, how is that exactly happening? We had no word of this guy, and now he's bringing terror, which is good. Them being vague in this regard is good because they don't want to spoil anything. To Sage's point, they don't want to, they don't want to do that.
All right. Yeah. They're also filming around the same place that Spider-Man is filming at right now, so we could see some correlation, obviously, between that. A lot of speculation that Doctor Strange 3 is coming out in between both of these Doom Avengers movies, which would be interesting.
Is he in Doomsday?
At first, he said that he wasn't, and then he walked back that statement later. So it seems like
I think he still might not be in it. Because if that's the case, that makes sense. That would make a lot of sense. Right? If he in Doomsday, and then they do a Doctor Strange movie after Doomsday, it seemed like his character maybe could be used more if they plan on doing a movie. He could be used better.
And it's called what? Time Runs Out?
It might be, yeah. It's still all speculation and everything, but they have kept that specific time window
open
for release, open for a specific reason. It would serve them right to create a Doctor Strange film. Then you could.
Would this be the third movie or the second movie?
It'd be the third.
Yeah, get that nigga a third movie. In this joint, they gotta have like, if they do Doctor Strange, they could tie more together between the Avengers films on some shit like that. They gotta put that nigga Shang-Chi in there, bro. We ain't seen him in a minute.
Plus, it looks like they're giving a lot of these characters throughout the courses of their films. Like when Iron Man, we saw what the conclusion was in the Avengers movies. With Captain America, we didn't get the 3 with Captain America, did we? Not counting Brave New World.
Civil War
was 3. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're right. So we got the 3 Captain America movies, and then we saw how this character kind of played out in the grand scheme of it all. Thor, yeah, we got that with Thor, but Chris Hemsworth was going to be staying around. So, and I think that's actually created more confusion than anything else. So I feel like, to be honest with you, I feel like the Thor progression really went to Loki. So I feel like with Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange, it would be nice if they use a third movie with him to be like a progression of the character. And before we finish these 2 Avengers movies, it would be nice to have that. Now, so I'm kind of leaning on maybe they thinking that too, and that we really will get a Strange movie in between. Because it's 2027 is the second one, or is it 28?
What?
2027.
The second Avengers movie.
Yeah.
So it's just right the year after. Ooh, they got to get to filming. But look how fast they filming.
They filmed.
That's not saying anything.
Yeah,
they got 2 movies that's coming out.
I think they filmed some scenes for Secret Wars. You think?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Why not just get those scenes in now?
Yeah, probably got a head start on it.
Especially if
smart.
niggas like Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart in it, they like, yo, old timer, let me talk to you real quick. We need to film your shit tonight.
Now.
Because you 90 what? Yeah. This is your parts for the both movies.
We don't even got you booked for the second premiere. Okay? Because we just don't know. We don't know.
We don't even have y'all premiere tickets for Secret Wars.
Y'all film now. Yeah. No, they probably are doing things like that. And then there's also, you know, like we don't the way that they doing it is so I don't know if it's necessarily like fair or wise to call it unique, but if there is a Strange movie in there, we don't know. Like they could be trying to do some of the if they are filming for Secret Wars, they could be trying to get some of the filming in for that now, like where it involves Benedict Cumberbatch and the location may work. They just like, yeah, let's knock out a couple here now. We don't know whether we'll use them or not, but let's get these scenes done anyways because we have the actors, we have everybody here. Why not? I like the idea that I really do like the idea of putting a Strange movie in between because look what Strange was able to do with the Superman or with Spider-Man. Then what Strange was able to do in his own movie with Wanda. It's a good character to kind of bridge things along. He's done it multiple times now. So getting a whole movie with him in to bridge Doomsday to Secret Wars, I like it.
All right. Yeah, got any other comments or anything? JJK Medulo, chapter 2 just dropped. Tap in if
What?
you haven't tapped in yet.
Is it weekly?
Hell yeah, weekly, every Sunday.
How long is chapter 2? Because I'm only like on page 6 for chapter 1.
Me too, don't worry. You're not alone.
I don't think it's that much.
Nigga said 50 pages last week. I'm like, come on, bro.
That's just because it was the first issue.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like that every week.
I'll tell you that. It's decent.
I just gotta lock in.
You can see how everything is bubbling up. I'm curious how he's gonna try and nip this in the bud in 60 or so chapters.
He not about to be able to stop
shit
working.
Jumped up to #1.
Bro.
You said it's got 60 chapters for this first season of JJK?
No, it's only going for 3 serializations, 3 volumes. So that I believe that's around 60 or so chapters, if I'm not mistaken, for 3 volumes.
Dang.
And they don't have anything cleared for later on because obviously they don't know how people will take to this manga. But these numbers is correct on Manga Plus. This joint is at the top of the leaderboard. It's beating Chainsaw Man, One Piece, Boruto.
Yeah, everything.
One
Bruh,
Piece.
Yes.
It's still going.
He not going if he
I'll
unless
say
they like
One Piece? Damn.
Yeah.
like this may earn him a break, but they gonna need to find somebody within these next 60 weeks that can
He's not
be
actually
a gay
anymore though. He actually
Nah,
has
bro, it don't matter.
He has an artist. It's a lot easier on him, as what I've realized or what I've learned.
Listen, either he gonna have to continue this, or within a little over a year, they gonna have to find Gay 2. Cause he gonna leave a void. And I feel like that's where his ambitions to do this sequel, he had them before JJK ended. And after the studio knew how JJK was going to end. And they probably were like, we'll see how things go before we give you the green light for it. But now that everything has been going the way that it has for JJK, him trying to stop this and like, what if people, all right, hear me out. If people latch on to it, right, it's going to leave a huge void when it's gone. Because you know an anime going to follow up with it real soon if that's the case. If people latch on to it crazy, as soon as JJK finish with its series, this new one going to be coming out only to end. If it's 60 chapters, only to end in like, maybe it comes out in a movie or they do it in 2 movies. I don't know. Maybe. But like if they do that, just have it where it's 2 movies, bruh, we gonna need something else to fill the gap. JJK was a shocking enough series that came into the play where nobody really saw it. It kind of came out of nowhere in a way that if something else doesn't come into play. Now, could that be Kagurabachi, Sage?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Netflix don't have it, so.
Maybe it's Kagurabachi that is the next one that comes onto the scene and it has the grip pause on everyone that JJK has.
Hey T, where them buttons at, dog?
No. Cause I said what I needed to say before to hold me accountable.
Come on,
I think this might be a lot better in comparison. That's why they ended up getting this guy to draw, so he's not writing the story and drawing at the same time. So I think this might be a better, more fleshed out version of JJK than we could have had. And hopefully it gets pushed for even longer. But not too long where the artist is just pulling shit out of his ass. Hopefully.
I know them studios want it. Yeah. And I know the manga
Mappa?
series. Yeah, well, yes, I know that for sure. But even Shonen and the magazine serialization company, whatever that's supposed to be, I can't think. I know what it is. I just can't think of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they gonna want that. Dude, it's a big series. Like, it's a really big series. And then it's kind of like your writer who made the series coming back and flirting with you with it for 60 more chapters, only to leave again, and you have nothing that has the same level of impact. That sounds like a dilemma. There's nothing that what has been on the level. Like, I'm not saying great series haven't come out. We love Dan to Dan. We love Sakamoto Days. We love Frieren. We love, like, there's mad series that have come out, but what's been like JJK? JJK hit like a Bleach coming out. Like, it hit different. It hit the nerd space way different than anything else. You can't give us 60 more chapters of that, and it possibly is peak, and then you disappear again. No chance. They got 60 weeks to find another Gege. Maybe it's Kagurabachi. I don't know. Do you think Kagurabachi would hit like that? Like, I know it's gonna hit.
Definitely. Netflix has been
JJK. JJK level.
Animes that they get. They've been very particular, and dare I say they haven't fucking missed. Devil May Cry.
It's been great.
A hit.
Oh.
What's it called? Sakamoto Days. A hit, at least for my estimate.
Dan to Dan is Netflix personally. Too, right?
Nah, I think Dan to Dan has a Crunchyroll deal as well. I watched it on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
Gachi Akuda.
Wait, which anime is a Crunchyroll deal? Which anime?
Crunchyroll also plays Dan to Dan.
Yeah.
So it's not an exclusive joint.
But that Clevitus? That
Clevitus is fire.
They had the one with the vampire. I can't remember.
Called the Night.
Animated. Nah.
Oh, you talking about based off the video game?
Let's say
Castlevania.
Castlevania. There you go. Yeah, that like.
It's not that I wouldn't doubt that let me say this. It's not that I don't think that Netflix wouldn't make a good series. It's not that I think that Kagurabachi animated would be a bad series. I think that it would be an amazing series. I think it's going to be an amazing series. But is it will it have the attention to the same level as something like JJK?
Yeah.
I hope you're right. It's great.
The shit is damn near not almost the same, but it's damn near the same. It's niggas with powers. They fight, you get bloody. Bada bing, bada boom. You just gotta get used to a whole new power set. The fucking stakes seems like to be there. It's building as well. The fights seem to be beautiful as well. And that's just reading it. Just imagine like animated.
Right, when it's animated.
Like so
I hope you're right. I don't know if I can say that with the same level of confidence, but it is a great series. I love reading it.
Yeah.
I hope you're right. I just don't. JJK hit different when it came out.
It did.
It was like what? Like it was one of those ones where people knew, like, okay, this is gonna be something that I haven't gotten in a while.
All right. Do we have anything else that anybody would like to bring up?
Nope.
I don't have anything else.
All right, we about to hit the 2 hour mark. My bad. We appreciate y'all yet again for stopping on by for another episode 80. Back up in this thing, Croco's Corner, Nasty Nino, aka Chef D, T Smooth and Sage, your humble hosts for this week. Y'all have a good rest of y'all week, and we'll be back next week to give y'all another episode with some more information and news that comes out for y'all. All right, y'all be easy, stay safe out there. Peace.
These dreams on the road to riches, focus on the ticket, maximize my means. It's like now I'm just trying to flow. There's a couple holes up in this boat. Dose my mind just so I can grow. They focus on the dial, feel like I'm a migrant, just touch a new island every time I smoke. Regardless, ain't no way I'ma miss my target when I got it locked up in my scope. Watch out for the snakes in the ground.